What is up, you guys? It is day 6 and again it's raining, but I got my boy over here, Carlos. He's gonna help me drop the rear end because I do not want to die in a fatality accident while I'm installing my bags.
I'm not down.
I'm not down, but I'm trying to see this finish with wide body. Anyways, before I trip on that wood piece, this is what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna be removing the leaf spring right there. First the front leaf spring, then the rear end, then the rear one. That's how I did it last time, I think. If not, then one day we're gonna be backlashed by one of the spring tensions, but whatever. Currently the tank and everything is installed, so now it just needs to be the rear end and then my wide body, and then we're gonna rebuild my transmission. But I don't think we're gonna have the whole day to do that, but no, we're not. All right, so yeah, you guys stay tuned for the disassembly. I won't put my camera under there because I had some bad luck the other time when something fell on it and it almost erased all my memory, and yeah, it's bad, terrible, dude. Alright, you guys, so I finally removed the whole spring right here. Just can't need the rear, but I removed this side and removed the bolts that were on here. I was close to killing myself, but it was fine. It was slow enough to get the reaction time good, and then it just smacked the floor hella hard, and it really shows you how heavy. Oh shit, I can't even do it with one hand, dude.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Oh, that's heavy. Alright, so yeah, now we're gonna do the other side. That way this thing levels out good. Oh, I'm gonna just stop messing with it, but let's go to the other side. So you guys, I dropped the other side, and as you can see, this thing is flimsy and it's about to fall if I keep messing with it like that. But we're gonna go ahead and unbolt the rear end, or the rear leaf spring area, and then remove the back cover. That way could get started on my diffuser. Just kidding, not yet, but that's what I'm gonna be doing later on. And then I'm gonna have to remove these bunch stops and all that kind of shit. And so we finally removed the whole rear end suspension. Now this rear end's gonna slide off. As you can see, this leaf spring and the other one over there is on the floor. And I'm currently selling all the suspension because it only has 3,000 miles, and it's a gravel track street heat track suspension. So you guys want to cop it, I'll give you guys a great deal, because obviously you do not want to keep storage here. So it's all up to you guys, man. This is great suspension either way. Alright, you guys, so we finally removed the brake line and the parking brake thing that I never even used in my life. But as you can see, these are garbage, and yeah, it's time to throw this away and put that big boy over there. Right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this camera and proceed with my procedures. So we went ahead and started to unwrap this. So you can see it has a Tech suspension brands all around the 4-link Watts 4-link, or is it 4-link Watts? Either way, the way to mount this is to remove this fuel line right here, and to do that I had to drain the gas tank. And it turns out that I started to, get ready to drain the gas, and I took out the nipple to make it drain out, and there's no fuel inside the tank whatsoever. So I think I could have been found on road dead then, because I took it off and there's no fuel in there. So that's very odd. Either way, makes it easier for me to unplug my lines and start to work on installing that. So at least there was no gas in there, and I didn't have to use my fire extinguisher unless a fire happens, but that's a good thing. So we're gonna go ahead and start. Other than that, shout out to Summit Racing. They actually gave me this the next day, which I expected from them because they always give me my parts the next day, and that's great. Now I got a filter that's metal instead of plastic that rips off easily, so I'm happy. Finally cut that piece off because I need to cut it off to mount the Watts link on there, because there's a bracket there that you're gonna have to mount. But yeah, you guys, finally did it. And other than that, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and start installation. Well, you guys, turns out that I do not have a second helper, so I'm gonna try to jack it up like this. It's probably the smartest way to do it, and then mark the holes and drill them, and I should be set after that. What is up, you guys? So now that I've been here for a while already, my father actually came by and helped me because this was a two-person job, and now we sort of bolted it on now, as you can see right here. We did metal tap him. No, it's not gonna be bolted on like that. We just try to check how everything's gonna be mounted on at first, and then we're gonna start drilling holes. But as you can see right now, this part's aligned very good, so no issues right here, and all the way down seems to be bolting on correctly. But the thing is, the other side, let me go over there. I don't know if it's an error or they just put it that way and just send it to me, but I'm gonna have an issue right here. As you can see, I have to pretty much bend this whole thing right here towards this chassis, that way it could fit. Well, right here is gonna be an issue. Right here seems to bolt down pretty good, same as the other side. And then here's you have to bolt it right there as well, no problem at all. But yeah, this is pretty much the only problem I'm gonna be dealing with. The rest, I'm gonna have to find the bolts for each and every side and bolt it down. The way they're gonna be doing here is that we're gonna have to U-bolt it, drill one, slip it in, then after that bring it down, and there you go. That's what's gonna be mounted on there. So it's gonna be pretty sturdy, no issues at all. I mean, we could weld it, but so far it's gonna be good. What is up, you guys? It is day 7 if I'm correct, and I'm gonna go ahead and start drilling the holes for the cradle, or what they call the 4-link watts. As you can see, there are 3 bolts right there. I'm gonna drill those first with the 5/16 bit, and then screw on the bolts there. Then from there, I'm gonna work my way up and start drilling and bending some metal. So you guys, I finally drilled the holes. As you can see, this one kind of got bigger because I already drilled the hole to mount it down in the meantime like these. So as I was drilling, it slipped in there and it cut the hole. So I just had to drill upwards. It's good because you want it to have free play there. That's why it has this big oval bolt hole in here instead of this one that's pretty just on there that you just drill ahead. So you just play right here, you slip it in, and then there's a U-bolt, as you can see. See, it's a U-bolt. So I'm gonna go inside, slip it in right here. There you go. Now this is mounted on, and mount these on afterwards, but so far I just put 2 bolts just in case to hold it. What is up, you guys? It's JFBoosted, and this is probably the day 8 because day 7 kind of took a break. Like I showed you, I just bolted down the front right corner over there. And well, I went ahead and went over to my friend Carlos and tried to fix me out real quick. And then we ended up back here, and we simply went ahead and mount the rear. Let me just show you real quick. So as you can see right there, we have mounted the rear. And we kind of got the gap. That was the issue that I showed you. It was out by a lot, probably like this much. And we got a plywood and a bar, and we started tucking on there. And while one was tucking in, we drilled the holes. Then we bolted it on, and then it caught on. But it was kind of a pain in the ass. And well, my dad came through, and he pretty much just told us that we could have used the clamps, which would have been the easiest way. Anyway, so after that, we're going to go ahead and put the traction bars that are going to be mounted right in this location right here, all the way down here, and the other side as well. And we're gonna try to do some measurements for the rear end, and I'm gonna pop my rear end open and see what's going on in there, and try to get the measurements here. Right when I get the measurements, I'm gonna tack the brackets on and send it to my friend to get it welded. welded, and we should be fine after that. Alright guys, so I placed this and I'm gonna level it out, and then I'm gonna start cutting and welding the bridges on. These both sides are leveled out correctly, and I did do measurements on my last rear end. So it'll be from back spacing to here will be 5 inches, so it marks around this area right here. So I'll be welding around here, and then the back over there will be 5 inches as well. So yeah, pretty much already have it measured. I just gotta cut these off with the grinder, and then I should be set. Pretty straightforward. I don't know if it's gonna be that easy, but hopefully it is. And that's gonna be like 2-person job, because for me to take it out and pick it up and cut it somewhere else is gonna be a pain. So I'm doing the electrical right now, and I just started a while ago, but I just plugged in the harness over here, and then I went plug in the relay. They do give you a lot of wiring, so that's one of the main issues. So what I'm gonna do back here, since all the wiring is because of battery, since they think it's a front mounted battery, I'm gonna have to cut it and then splice it from this location right here, and then I get rid of this 10 feet of wire. Then from there I'm gonna route my USB cord that it's gonna need, and I'm gonna route my ignition wire all around to my dash, and it should be good. Yep.
¿El otro ahí está bien a la medida?
A ver. Este tiene como un degrado. Este. What is up, you guys? It's JFBoosted, and today I'm finally gonna install my rear end. And yes, sorry for recording the awkward footages that I've been doing.
Just play that. Just record that.
Alright, so sorry for recording the awkward footages that I've been doing and me not speaking at all. But as you can see, the guy was welding down the new flanges I was mounting on it, and I cut off the old flanges that were on there. So now I'm gonna show you real quick. Let's get over there. The thing is now welded on there. Look at that. Looks very sturdy and strong. It's not gonna break at all. And now I'm gonna put on the U-bolts. This one slips in perfectly fine. Just a little bit of hammering, but this one is struggling. Just let me remove these nuts first though, but it struggles to slip in, but I'm gonna hammer it from the top and then it'll slide in perfectly fine. As well as the other side getting welded too. So either way, I'm gonna lift it up. Once I install the mounts, I'm gonna jack it up. Then after that, I need to still weld some other flanges up here. That's gonna have to bolt on to the cradle, because instead of using the rear sway bar, now I got the cradle that's using these arms right here. That's gonna keep it in place for my car. Hopefully I could delete the pan rod bar that I'm gonna need later on, because it's gonna pretty much stay stabled and it's not gonna move around, you know. It's gonna be on there pretty snug and tight. I finally installed the whole rear end, as you can see right here, and it's mounted on and bolted on there. And as you can see right here, I have the cradle arm, or basically the 4-link arm that's gonna be on there. And I need to weld these brackets over here. What is up, you guys? It's JFBoosted, and I'm still continuing on installing the rear end. And I haven't welded these brackets because we got backtracked a little. Anyways, so currently right now, like I said a while ago, if not, I'm gonna say it again. I am currently sanding these down from the back, not from the front, because you have a groove right there, and I don't really want to, you know, vanish that. So I'm sanding it from the back, because the bolt that goes through here that holds his arm right here, the 2 bushings go on these sides, but one is 1/16 thicker, so it doesn't slide in and fit in there. So there's no way it's gonna go in. So I've decided to sand both sides to you know, to make the 1/16 disappear, and then after that I'm gonna slip these in there and it should be good, and I should have perfect fitment and no gap at all. I'm just trying to sand it down for now. So yeah, you guys, I'm gonna continue that and then I'll show you more in the progress. What is up, you guys? So I actually did both already. Not welded, but they're both mounted on there now, and as you can see, one's higher than here and this is, you know, taller, and I want to keep this, you know, straight and leveled like that, because I could do it right here, but you see I don't like that angle, so I want to have as much free play as I can, so I'm gonna put it like this, and that's where I get the gap. So what I'm doing right now, I took off the other side of these mounts, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a template. As you can see right here, I made a template, and with that template I'm gonna take it out, then I'm gonna go back in there, install this template with the you know, the arm, and right when I install the arm, then I'm gonna start cutting around this and, you know, try to keep it on the basically on the rear end housing, wrap it around it, and, you know, once I take this out, I'm gonna go ahead, put it behind here, get the marker here, mark him down, and then I'm gonna start cutting and making it fit to perfect measurements, and hopefully I could get that done by today. So I went underneath, cut the templates out, and then I went under the rear end and put in there, and as you can see, I finally cut them out to what I want them to look like. And, you know, I'm gonna weld it like this, and this hugs the whole rear end like this. I don't know why it's flat for some reason. Either way, I already finally cut this piece, and now I'm cutting this one. As you can see, this is more of an angle like that, so the grinder is not really helping much. I could use basically this bandsaw looking ass machine, but it ran out of, like, it's not, the teeth are already messed up, so I need to get another belt, and so I'm over here grinding it down. So now I cut it, still good, but I need to sand it down and make it curve, you know. But this for one side, which would be the left driver's side rear end. And then after that, I'm gonna just tack it on there. I'll probably do a full weld from this point all the way over here, and then this point to here, and then I should be good. The rest you could just, I'm just gonna tack it. Never mind, I'm gonna tack it, wait for the welder to arrive, and then he's gonna seal it up, you know, nice and neat, as well as the other side, and I shouldn't be worrying about anything afterwards.